Hi everyone, welcome to the introduction of your CTL Chromebook. These are the do's and don'ts, and also to give you a little preview of how to use your Chromebook. First of all, make sure that you do not drop, step, pour water, nor slam your pen or pencil into your Chromebook. Cracked screens, damaged, water damage, breakage, dropping, anything that happens to this Chromebooks where you will not be able to use it will cause it to go to repair. Now, if we cannot fix it, and our Ponus Middle School IT cannot fix this, then we will need to send this away and ship this out to be repaired. This takes about 3 to 5 weeks, and it depends on what is it that's actually wrong with it. Sometimes they'll repair it and sometimes they won't. We will explain later what will happen when you are without your Chromebook. But please be careful. Always carry your Chromebook in its case. You receive this nice heavy-duty case. It can go across your body or it can go on your shoulder. Also, it has a built-in handle. You will not be carrying the Chromebook around with the handle. You're going to be placing the Chromebook into the case, and then you'll be carrying that around. But just to let you know, it does have a built-in handle. One of the things that you'll see, it has a rotating camera. This is good if you're doing an interview project or you are recording something that you want to use for a project that's not facing you, but however facing in the other direction. Please keep in mind, misuse of this rotating camera will cause consequences, because it can be just like using your cell phone to record people without them knowing. Please keep in mind that you must follow all digital citizenship rules and make sure that you are using the camera correctly. Otherwise, it'll cause for your Chromebook to be removed from you. So just to let you know, what are some accessible cords that you can use. First of all, you have 2 USB-C connections. You have one on one side over here. You have another one on the other side. Please keep in mind that your charger will work with this Chromebook, and it has to be plugged into this USB-C power button. It will light up so you know that you have it in the right spot. If you end up using a different type of charger, there's a good chance that it will not work with this Chromebook. So please use the charger that you were given with this Chromebook. On the other side, you may use USB-C for other purposes, except for plugging in your Chromebook. You also have a USB port. So if you have a mouse or you have something else in headphones that you want to use that uses a USB, you may plug it in there. You also have a headphone jack. On the other side, you have an HDMI. You do not have a second USB like it's showing here, but you do have an HDMI with the second USB-C. Please do not put any stickers. Do not write on your Chromebook. These will be collected at the end of the year. Once you leave 8th grade, it will be used and passed down to the incoming 6th graders. So please do not put any stickers and do not write on your Chromebook. Here's a little introduction about your Chromebook. So let's go ahead and watch this.
The CTL Chromebook NL71 has a powerful Intel Gemini Lake N4020 processor, along with an all-new super-fast Intel 9560GB Wi-Fi module. Here's a quick tour. As you can see, the NL71 has a rotating camera for world-facing view and a convenient integrated carry handle. Based on consumer input, we've added back HDMI, and on this side, it's also got a USB port and security lock. On the other side is a USB-C, USB, SD reader, and headphone line-in jack. The NL71 weighs about 2.6 pounds and has rugged features for drop resistance and water resistance with drain holes on the bottom of the Chromebook. Our testing shows up to a 40% speed improvement over previous models due to its faster processor and gigabyte Wi-Fi. Internally, the NL71 has a new...
All right, so you have a quick startup, a long battery life, and because you have the Verizon service and you have the hotspot, you can always be connected. You have 10 gigabytes of data per month, and as long as you are connecting to Wi-Fi in school, you should never run out of that 10 gigabytes. After that, it goes from 5G to 3G. Please make sure you plug in your Chromebook every night. Bring it in fully charged. Do not bring the charger. Otherwise, if you lose it, it will be very difficult to give you another one. So make sure you bring it in fully charged and you will have a long battery life. We're going to also talk about the touchscreen features. The touchscreen, along with going from the Chromebook mode, desktop mode, to the tablet mode, will be in a very easy step.
So one of the great things about Chrome operating system and Google in general is that they've got this other native platform that's an operating system called Android, and they've merged a lot of the functionality into Chrome OS. One of those is kind of taking advantage of this huge app ecosystem. It's now available on the Chromebook. So to access some of that, you could be in tablet mode and get a very icon-driven interface. But if I'm in desktop mode, which I am now, and have the access to my keyboard and my trackpad, all I have to do to get to that tablet mode style app navigation is swipe up from the bottom of my screen. If I swipe up from the bottom of my screen, get this nice like quick access to these icons that I know, I love, easy access. That might be easier for a student than trying to go over here and click the launcher, search for something, find or navigate. Just another way to get to your content, get to your applications much faster. And almost anything we can do to reduce that barrier is a good thing to get students on task and thinking. Hope this helped.
And just to go back and review,
So one of the great things,
let's go back to the end. In case you don't already know
hope
this
this helped to get students on task and thinking.
So let me pause it
Hope
right
this helped.
here. If you take a look at this feature on the bottom, this is where you could hook up to your Wi-Fi. And then when it's not on Wi-Fi, you will see that it's connected to your hotspot. These where you can raise your volume, you have your settings, your nightlight, and anything else here that you will need for your settings, power down, or signing out. Here is the next thing about how to use Chromebook as multiple desks. So watch this video. This will be something that could come in handy.
You or your students may want multiple desktops on your computer, laptop, to house different windows for different projects, or maybe your students think having a different desktop would be, or different windows would be helpful in organizing their work as they transition from period to period. So as an example, if I open a window and I go to a particular website, this might be germane for math class, but as I transition to history, I don't want to lose my math stuff or keep all those windows open, but I need to stay organized. So if I use the overview button, which is above the 6 and 7 on my keyboard, I get this type of screen, and in the top right, there's a new desk button. If I click on new desk, I get a second desk to open. This gives me a fresh start, and I can head to the website that's germane or relevant for that particular topic, that particular class. And then I hit that overview button again, and I can toggle back and forth between all the desks that I might have open, and I can keep myself organized. I can be much more thoughtful about how I get my work done. To eliminate those desks, when you're done with them, you hover over and you've got a nice little X. So hopefully that helps you stay organized with all of your desks.
Now, here's another cool feature about having shortcuts. What are some keyboard shortcuts that you can be using on your Chromebook?
Chromebooks are powerful machines, even more powerful if you combine some of those keyboard shortcuts you know and love from other operating systems. Chromebooks are slightly unique, and they have a different keyboard layout, and they take advantage of different bits and pieces in the operating system. So I'm going to showcase a couple of them. One of my favorites is if I hold down Control and tap the T, I get a new tab. So I've got one open here, and I can visit a site that I frequent. And I can hit Control T again, and I've got this great way to quickly, without trying to navigate up to hit the plus button, I can hit Control T as many times as I need and close out those tabs as I need to. But let's say I head to the Vils connection, and I'm all logged in, and I accidentally close my page. I want to get back there really quickly. If I hit Control Shift and T, it opens all of the tabs that I just closed on accident. I really love this feature. The way I learn all of those keyboard shortcuts is, ready for this one, Shift, Control, and Alt all at the same time, hitting the question mark. And I've got all of my keyboard shortcuts that I can scroll through and just learn as I want. Or I can come up here and say, hey, I always figure out what the caps lock toggle is. Oh, it's Alt and the search bar, or the search button. So keyboard shortcuts are crazy powerful. Hopefully you saw a couple that I use, and you now know how to get access to all of your keyboard shortcuts on a Chromebook.
All right, another neat feature is to have split screens. So if you want to work on two sites at the same time without toggling back and forth, this will explain how to split your screens.
As much as we'd like to take advantage of the entire screen, there's going to be some tasks you need to do or your students might need to do that need to have half of the screen taken advantage for, maybe let's say notes, and the other for the content that they're consuming. So this is a lesson of the day from the New York Times where you might want to be using this to build students' knowledge or get them to reflect on something. But toggling back and forth between where they're supposed to put their original thoughts and the actual content itself is becoming a barrier. So one way to overcome that, if you click on a tab and drag it down, you can create separate windows. In this case, I've got two separate windows, and now I'm going to click and drag again. If I click, hold, and drag this tab down, I can move it to the right side of my screen, and it's going to try and create that window for exactly half the screen. Now I'm going to do that for this tab also, so that I have the web page rendered on the left that I'm trying to consume. And over on the right, I can type my own thoughts. So that's one way you might be able to use split screen on your Chromebook to consume stuff at the same time you are trying to draft your own thoughts and build your own work.
Okay, so before we end, there's a few things that you do need to know and reminders. There is one 5G Chromebook per student. If your Chromebook needs to be repaired, it could take 3 to 4 weeks if we cannot fix it. Then you will become a day user of the old Chromebooks with none of the features of the new Chromebooks. You will not be able to take it home. There will not be any 5G, so please be careful. Verizon only gives us one tablet per student. If the Chromebook is no longer covered by the warranty because of too many repairs, you may become a day user with the old Chromebooks. They will not give us any new Chromebooks once the warranty is over. Chromebooks must be carried in cases. Please do not carry them in your backpack without it being in its case, or carry it in your hands. Make sure you close the top at all times and do not carry it or grab it by the screen. You crack the screen or break the screen, it will need to be sent away to be repaired. Please make sure you charge your device every night. Just like you do with a cell phone, just like you do with anything else, charge your device every night. Be sure to leave the charger at home. If you lose your charger, they are $50 chargers, so you do not want to lose them. Leave them at home, bring your device in fully charged, and you will be able to use it all day long. Any misuse of Chromebooks will cause you to have your Chromebook taken away, and you will become a day user. Please be careful with your Chromebooks. If there's any issues or any questions, you may see have one of your teachers direct you to my office, which is in the back of the main office. My name is Ms. Fustarelli. I'm sure you have seen me plenty of times when I've been giving out Chromebooks, and I will be in charge, as well as Mr. Copperthite, and handling these Chromebooks. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know.